Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting off our very last match of the day. Pacific Northwest under 23 and Midwest 2 as they have kicked off. Looks like we have Midwest White starting off. Quick offload as they're with Pacific U23. Quick pass out for the Rug as they shift down the line, taking it up the middle. Midwest taking it down. It's quick ball all the way to the end. Brought down yet again. U23 still struggling to break the game line as they're still stuck in the same area as before. Again, quick ball. Kicked out, tried to give them some more air. Picked up by Midwest. Let's see what they can do on the offside. Their fullback, number 15. Phoebe with the carry. Stick off this sideline. Midwest still keeping it alive without starting a new phase. Great breaks as they continue to inch through towards the try line and eventually brought down by the U23 team. Again, quick ball that's been spinned out by Midwest. Again, they're able to push the ball forward continuously phase after phase, which is a great job on their part, applying pressure to the U23 team. Again, strong carry by Melissa past Castillo. Continuous offloads onto the number 9, is eventually brought down as they are setting up. Again, quick pick from Midwest. Number 7, Ellie with the carry. Strong carry as they continue down the line with their forwards, trying to find an open window for them to get towards the try line right there. Again, fast pace off of Midwest as they continue to pass through those game lines. Midwest yet again trying to make the defense work. Unfortunate knock on right there, eventually killing the momentum. This gives the U23 chance to see if they can come back as they start the first scrum of this match. Alright. As they set up for the scrum, U23 has a chance to try to gain momentum. They kind of got killed by Midwest as they pushed them all the way towards pressure, so we can see what they can do. Number 9, Sydney Copeland, are just going to be putting in for our first scrum of this match. So they push through. Strong scrum. Again, picked up by Midwest. They were able to regain the possession. Again, putting the U23 team in danger as they inch closer and closer to the try line. Again, pushing through. Looks like we got our first try of the match. Midwest. Fast pace right off the bat. Again, quick ball, quick hands from Midwest, allowing them to score very early on this match. Applying early pressure towards the U23 team as they set up for their kick. As of right now, they are standing 5-0.
Yes.
As they're setting up the kick, it's going to be pretty wide.
Oh, who scored? Do you know who scored? I don't know. I'm not watching.
Kick is no good. The score will remain Midwest 5, U23 Pacific 0. Again, great start off fast pace by Midwest as they take off, scoring within the first 2 minutes of the match.
I like how she's wearing her head thing. I like that.
Looks like number 12, Devonna Francis, for the first try of the match. As Pacific U23 sets up the kickoff towards the Midwest. Let's see if they can answer back. Again, as the score is 5-0. Nice kick by Sydney Copeland as the ball is picked up, carried. Nice goose kick right off there. Eventually brought around by U23. Great carries from Midwest. Again, keeping up the pace with the fast balls without trying to restart a phase. Great job there. Again, making U23 work defensively.
Lost weight on tackle. Oh, no.
Quick ball to the side. Eventually, backhand offload from Midwest as they carry through. Again, quick hands down the line as their back line is getting ready to start to set up. Nice kick onto touch. Again, fast pace from Midwest. Again, let's see what U23 can do to capitalize from this line out. Looks like Caitlin Zaglo is going to be throwing in for U23. Again, they are close enough to the try line. Let's see what they can do to capitalize for these 5 unanswered points. Quick throw, but stolen by Midwest. Great read defensively as they make their way through. U23 try to shape up to put it into gear. So they lost that line out right there. As they swing it all the way out to the end there. Great offload to continue the phase, eventually brought down by the U23 team. Great foreplay by Midwest. Looks like their kick, but it was eventually blocked and recovered by U23. Fast legs that she have to support to offload. No, she doesn't. She is eventually, nope, she's still on her feet the entire time. Number 9. Quick pick from the number 3, Teacher Pedro, as she's brought it down. That last carry was from Sydney Copeland. She was able to snag the ball. U23 number 1, T, able to plow through again, trying to get some momentum for the U23 team to answer back for those 5 points that was scored from Midwest earlier. Quick hands down the line, carried by the number 4, Olivia Bruner Gatos. As they are setting up, looks like they're going to go the opposite way where they have all the numbers. Almost decent pod right there. It's stolen by Midwest. Let's see what they can do. Midwest breaking gain lines, outrunning their number 15, number 7, Artie Thornton, man on, scoring down. Amazing run from number 7, Artie right there, Artie Thornton. An amazing run right there. Current score 10-0 as they set up for a center post kick right there.
Be cold, don't be rain.
As we're prepping for the kicks, we would like to give a special shout out to the Grand Prairie Mavericks Rugby Football Club for hosting the All-Stars games here in Grand Prairie. Right down the middle, great kick that brings our score 12-0 Midwest. As we're entering the 7th minute of the match, again we're noticing quick hands from both teams applying pressure on both ends. U23 almost was able to gain momentum, but unfortunately lost the ball in those last few phases. And of course, Artie Thornton, who made the last try, was able to pick and go and break the gain lines, hit a hole, and went straight towards the middle of the try post. Huskers now setting up again. U23 catching their breaths, getting ready to kick off to the Midwest teams. Number 10, Brittany Strader, number 10, Madison Ray kicks down and recovered all the way towards the end of the try zone. Was able to find a person right there. Midwest struggling to get out of that danger zone right there as U23 is applying all the pressure possible. Again, they have 12 unanswered points. Let's see what they can do defensively to try to kill the momentum from Midwest. Kick on the touch right there. It will be the U23 team in an excellent position. They need to capitalize on this line out in order to apply the pressure and hopefully get into the groove and be able to put some points on the board. So they're setting up. Caitlin Zeglow getting ready to throw again. See what they can do to capitalize. Quick ball, unfortunately, hands were not there. Those still recovered by number 6, Lane Simpson. Looks like there was a knock on, so it will be a scrum for Midwest. As we set up for the scrum right here, again, Midwest is technically in their danger zone, so if U23 can apply the pressure against Midwest, they can hopefully get back the ball and hopefully capitalize and try to get a try on this particular drive right here.
I'll take him. Thank you. Congrats. That's the biggest one come around, dude.
Russ setting up for the scrum again. We had to do a reset. Scrum's in motion. If we apply the pressure, quick pick from Midwest. So we're plowing through the number 8. Karina Sarver. High boot right there. Looks like it's still in. Unfortunately, was not. Fortunate hands right there. Again, the ball's continuing to push back. It will still remain Midwest scrum as they're getting further and further away from their danger zone. Again, the U23 team can in fact capitalize on this. They still have a chance to capitalize before crossing the 50-meter line. But let's see what they can do. Again, looks like the number 9, Jess Brown, will be putting in for Midwest. Ball's put in. Ball is out. Quick game, unfortunately thrown towards the ref. Fortunately, the ref is not on either team. The ball was thrown towards her, but that is okay. It tends to happen. Looks like they will be doing a scrum reset right here. I'd imagine refs do like to play every now and then, but today is not that day as Midwest tries again for the scrum. Again, Jess Brown will be putting in again.
Push here, lads. Let's go, ladies and lads.
Ball is in the scrum. As they push in, strong scrum from the U23, pushing back effectively. Almost got a little dangerous, but they were able to get the ball out for Midwest. Ball spins all the way out. The chase is on all the way to their wings, but recovered by Midwest. Visually brought down by U23. Great job for applying pressure. Midwest is attempting to find their groove again as the pressure is getting pushed on by the U23 team. Again, not quite set on, but looks like there's another penalty towards Midwest. I didn't either. Not quite sure of what the penalty was, but it looks like the penalty will be for the U23 as Midwest has pushed back 10. Sydney Copley again kicking it on to touch.
2 of them are up. Us, we're setting up for a line out here.
Looks like this is going to be U23's line out. Again, we are now closer and closer, inching closer and closer towards the try line. Again, U23 has 12 unanswered points. Let's see if they can get some numbers on the boards as we're inching closer to the 14th minute mark of this first half. Quick carry for the number 12. Kind of overshot, but the game still played on. But it was unfortunately knocked. Called ahead. Ref was able to call it. At the bat, looks like U23. This will be U23 scrum, Pacific U23 scrum. If they have a strong scrum here, I think they can definitely dominate U23. The last scrum that they have not too long ago was quite powerful, almost breaking down Midwest. So if they can keep that momentum, maybe, just maybe, we can see some action. U23 puts in. Quick ball out, kick. As the chase begins, Midwest was able to recover. And she's running on the outside. Met with a group of U23 girls, finally breaking the 50-meter mark. Well, does she have support? Looks like no. They'll go in for the ruck. Quick spin off from the 9. Great inside crash right there from Midwest, as they chose not to spin all the way out towards the edge. Yet again, one more crash, taking at least 3 girls just to pull down the Midwest forward right there. As again, we're going towards that outside. And the try awarded for Midwest. Great run right on the edge. Number 14, Avery Mitchell Brown from Midwest, running that hard line on the very corner right there. Great job. Again, killing that defensive pressure from U23. They definitely had it on the other side of the field, but unfortunately, Midwest was able to find an open door right there and crash through it. So great job for Midwest. Only downside is that they have quite the angle to kick from to get the conversion points. Current score right now, 17-0 Midwest, as we prepare for the kick.
I have no idea. And they did say, like, first of all, we're graded. And first I'm like, so number one problem is we're grading.
Kick is no good. The score will remain 17-0 Midwest. Side 2, as we are entering the 17th minute of the match, the first half.
Her bag is
What are you seeing out here?
All right, U23 ready to kick off. Their number 9, Sydney Copeland. Great catch with the carry from Midwest. Again, great crash from the forwards. Great answer. Let's see what U23 can do to hold up that defensive line. They've done it before. Let's see if they can do it again and hopefully make a gain out of this. Midwest plowing through, but unfortunately, a penalty. Looks like
She was off her feet when she played.
Yeah, it looks like off feet. Quick tap and go. And quick kick. Grubber kick. The chase is on. Let's see what their fullback can do. Recovered. It's hunted down by both the number 9 and number 11 of Midwest. Jess Brown and Angina Bean. Chasing down to number 15, Tarza Pelton. So setting up for a U23 line out right here. Getting a couple things that we're noticing off the bat from both sides. A lot of quick hands, especially from Midwest, especially how they're shifting from sideline to sideline. See what they can do. U23 winning the line out. Kind of sketchy, but they were able to retain possession. Unfortunate hands, but they were able to pick up. But knock-on was called, unfortunately. Looks like they alt for a scrum. Now Midwest now pushing U23 in their red zone as they are inching closer to their try line, to their try zone. So we're approaching the 19th minute of the match, almost the halfway point of the first half. Josh Brown putting in the quick ball for the scrum. Quick pick, but lost ball. Midwest eventually able to fall on top of it. Their number 8 seeing what they can do, but unfortunately lost ball. U23 was able to retain possession as they swing out. Sketch hands taking 2 members just to bring down the U23. Midwest got penalized entering from the side. Great poach attempt, but unfortunately that was a little bit dangerous as they were attacking from the side. As they kick on the touch, thankfully no one was hit. So it's now setting up for a U23 line out. Kaylin Zagel will be throwing in for their line out for this time again. U23 is now past their 50-meter mark. Let's see what they can do. Been pretty decent on the lineouts thus far. Nope, Midwest steals from the lineout. Let's see what they can do. Push through the 50-meter line. Quick hands from their number 9 as they shift down lines, but unfortunately, unfortunate hands as the knock-on was called. Looks like their backline ran onto the ball a bit too quick and wasn't able to retain possession of the ball and unfortunately lost it. So now setting up yet for another scrum from U23. U23 puts in. It's a quick ball. Looks like quick outside as they're pushing through. Let's see what they can do. Another penalty towards against Midwest. U23 taking their time for the free kick right there. See what they're going to do. If they're going to kick it on the touch. And they do. Looks like U23 is wanting to slow down the pace just a bit. Again, this has been quite a fast pace from both sides. We're seeing a lot of quick hands from sideline to sideline, which is basically basic rugby. For long story short, not a lot of pot work that we've seen for the other teams, but nonetheless quite effective from both sides.
So whenever they kick the ball up, you just put one ball down, and then you just
short throw in from U23. Not much gain there as they're slowly getting the ball out. Again, they're slowing down the game of play. Great run from their forwards as they were able to push Midwest back further and further. Let's see what they can do. Again, as they're inching closer and closer towards the try line.
Still winning the tackle. Still winning the ruck. Oh, it's out.
Ball is out. Ball is carried by their number 14. Looks like Caleb Coleman of the U23. Again, they're able to track the ball all the way on the touch. Great job by the U23 team as they were able to push the ball as far as they possibly could. But unfortunately, the possession will maintain with Midwest as they are setting up for their line out, putting them in a danger zone. Quick ball maintained by U23 as they shift all the way down the line. Carry from their number 12, Abby Daughtry, as they're continuing through. Another penalty towards Midwest. Again, the penalty being racked up is killing Midwest's momentum. U23 needs to capitalize on this in order for them to get some points on the board. Great carry by the number 3, Tetra Pedro, as they're setting up. Quick ball to their number 12. They're practically inches from the try line. Let's see what they can do. Offload to their number 11. Again, very close. Picked off by their number 14. U23 fighting just to get the try. Fortunately, it was overkicked. Looks like the pressure was applied. They got a bit frantic again. They were dancing near the try line right there, but unfortunately they were unable to break the gain line and put the ball down. So it looks like it was a lot of frantic play from the back line that weren't able to reset like they were supposed to, and unfortunately cost them to not get the try in that last couple phases.
Scrum or 22.
Yeah, not goal line dropout. Scrum or 22.
Yeah.
Joe called in scrum or 22.
No, 22.
Yeah.
Kick out the back.
Midwest setting up for their scrum as their number 9, Jess Brown, will be putting in.
USA Rugby.
Get Midwest in their danger zone. Strong push from U23. Bit of kerfuffle going on as possession is still maintained by Midwest. Great job from Midwest kicking out as the chase will go on to touch, or on to pitch, excuse me. Again, great effort from U23 team applying for the pressure right there. Thankfully, Midwest was able to kick the ball out to give them some breathing room to get them out of the danger zone. U23 sets up, a bit overthrown, called in not straight. Ref calls a scrum. Right there again, this will be for Midwest. Again, Midwest has another chance to get a little bit more breathing room as they push back. U23 fighting super hard. Again, what we saw earlier, they were basically tap dancing near the try line, but unfortunately got a little bit frantic and was not able to push through and get a try. Again, we're seeing a lot of defensive scrums from U23, so hopefully we can see it again. Hopefully they are not tired out as they've been having strong scrums throughout. Quick put in by Midwest. Great chase by the number 9 from U23, Sydney Copeland. 15 carry down, sketchy offload from Midwest, but U23 was able to catch on. U23 setting up for the defense, trying to kill the space and kill momentum, but Midwest shifts all the way out. Now passing through, still on top of their toes, breaking through multiple tackles. Yet again, Midwest scores. Number 14, Avery Mitchell-Brown, for another crazy run on the sideline as she broke through multiple tackles and eventually outran the defensive line for U23, scoring on the corner. Updated score should be 22-0 Midwest as we are setting up for yet another wide angle conversion kick.
Wait a minute.
Midwest with the kick. Conversion is no good. The score will remain 22-0 Midwest. Again, as we're slowly entering the last 10 minutes of the first half, we've seen a lot of great things from both sides. Strong scrums from the U23 team, but quick hands from Midwest, especially getting it all the way out to number 14, Avery Mitchell-Brown. Again, I believe that's either her second or third try of the day, making a phenomenal plays and phenomenal finishers for Midwest. Midwest kicks off. Nice retain as they shift off. Number 2, Kennedy Clark, brought down by number 11, Leslie Bloom. As they push through, number 9 kicks out, but lost ball, retained by U23. Nice recovery again. Let's see what they can do. They have 22 unanswered points. They need to make some way. Breaking through a tackle with the support. Number 10, attempt for the steal, but brought down. Possession stolen for Midwest. Fortunate carries. Looked like there was a knock on.
It was Rodriguez, 15 with the steal.
Yes. Rodriguez, number 15 from Midwest with the steal. Right there, allowing Midwest to get possession of the ball for those last few phases. However, the knock-on was applied, so possession is now back to U23. Again, we've seen this time and time again. U23 is pushing or inching closer and closer to the try line. They have to gain momentum, but unfortunately, Midwest just comes up and just destroys that momentum that they can get. So they need to make quick plays as they crash through an open door, beating them, finally putting some points on the board. Number 13, Helen Fieldhouse of U23, finally putting some points on the board, bringing the score Midwest 22, Pacific U23 5 points, as we are now under 10 minutes of the first half. Great job by U23 recognizing those holes, able to attacking those holes and scoring the way that they did. Number 10, Madison Ray, setting up for the conversion kick.
I'm sorry to introduce you this morning. I had a thought I was like, I was like, I'm going to
Kick is good for Madison Ray. Updated score will be Midwest 22, U23 for Pacific 7. With that last try, hopefully we can see some momentum build for the U23 team. Again, it was kind of worrisome as they were pushing towards that danger zone right there. They would get kind of fending and lose possession, but again, they were able to spot those holes and attack those holes and manage to get that try for the U23 team. Let's see if they can capitalize on the momentum. Quick kick as they take it through. Immediately brought down. Number 3 with the carry, Teacher Pedro. Or at the back there, forwards. U23 forwards taking more than 3 and almost 4 people, sucking in multiple defenders to bring someone down, but unfortunately they lost possession of the ball. As the ball rolls backwards, U23 setting up defensively, trying to apply as much pressure as possible against Midwest as they approach the 50-meter mark of the field. Great defensive effort from U23 as Midwest continues to push as hard as they can to try to gain momentum. Again, U23's job is to kill the pressure as much as possible. Retained by their wing, but immediately brought down. U23 now gaining possession of their ball. Teacher with the carry. Now Sydney Copeland. Kind of a slow pass out right there from the ruck as U23 recovers. Sydney Copeland with the strong boot right there as the chase begins. Let's see what we can do to recover from U23. Great offload from Midwest as they're fighting to inch back towards the 50-meter mark. We're noticing the tempo starting to slow down just a tad for Midwest. Again, no need to be working too hard at this point as they do have a retaining lead. However, Pacific U23 is doing what they can to keep that defensive line up as strong as possible. Quick hands from Midwest. Unfortunate offload, but was able to be retained by the number 10, Brittany Strader-Sheridan. Again, those quick hands from Midwest. I think they're starting to pick it up just again. Yet another kick to apply, but retained by Madison Ray of the U23 team.
Yeah, USA men. You gotta be careful. USA men.
Now it's U23 in danger as they kick yet again. As the kick will go on the touch. Great efforts that we're seeing from both teams. We've seen some pressured plays from both sides. Again, we're definitely seeing the determination from both sides, especially from the U23 team, as they have gotten out themselves a couple of pickles over the last bit. But again, fighting extremely hard to maintain that defensive edge over the Midwest 2. Starting them all, but brought down immediately by the number 4, Olivia Bruner-Gatos. Wide pass from the ruck as they shift through the back line. Great clearing from Midwest as they apply it through, now going back to the forwards. Again, meeting with the pack of white shirts of the U23 team. Almost fake, met with number 2, Kennedy Clark, and brought down. Yet again, Midwest not necessarily gaining much meters right there. Great undersline right there from Midwest. Again, U23 team meeting them, almost reading the line essentially. Sketchy pass, but pass is ran down. Midwest number 10, Brittany Shader-Sheridan of Detroit, with that last try, spotting that hole right there that's created by U23. We're in the score now, 27-7. That's kicker setting up for their center post line kick, conversion kick. We're entering our now 38th minute of the first half. We're almost concluding the first half of this last game of the day here in Grand Prairie. Midwest with a dominating start. However, U23 continuing to fight as hard as they can. Well, I guess it is halftime. Halftime score, 29-7. Alright, as we were back, Midwest 229, Pacific U23 7 as we kick off for the second half of the match. U23 kick to Midwest as they're starting off. U23 with a strong defensive line right there, meeting up and killing space. U23 regain possession. Looks like they're going out wide. Hitting holes. Their number 9 getting met with their fullback right there. Great run by the U23 team, but unfortunately a penalty was called. Looks like it was a reach in. U23 needs to capitalize on this penalty. Great run by their number 9, Sydney Copeland. Taken in by number 3, Teacher Pedro. Takes a minute for them to bring down the number 3. Number 9, Sydney, calling in their strong forwards. Smart on her as the back line is setting up. Again, another penalty. Looks like not rolling away. Offsides from Midwest as they are now on the line. U23 needs to use this momentum to crash through. They are fighting for it. The forwards are ready for the ball. Copeland is calling for it. Again, a little bit frantic right there. Again, Pacific 23 fighting as they are inches from the try line right there. Yet again, bang after bang. Sydney Copeland looking for somebody to receive the ball. Wide spin out right there. And kicked, but still maintained by U23 as they picked and go. Unfortunate hands thrown on the touch. Again, a little frantic from the U23 team. They're still close enough to where they could easily run it into the try line, but unfortunately, they're met by the pressure by Midwest. Midwest in danger as they need to maintain their defensive line right there. Whew. So now setting up for Midwest line now. Kennedy Clark will be throwing in for Midwest. Sweating up. Midwest able to retain possession. It's a quick kick out to give them some breathing room. As it was kicked on the touch yet again. This time this will be Pacific's U23s line out. An interesting fact that was thrown in. Very good. That was thrown in by us not too long ago for one of our viewers. A good number of the U23 members were high schoolers last year. So their former coach was telling us that they were high schoolers. So them playing high level rugby definitely shows that we are seeing it here live in Grand Prairie. Quick spin out from the 9 as they send it all the way out to the line. Great run from number 11, Leslie Blom, as she was finally brought down. Coming in from the side from Midwest, U23 has yet another chance to try to run it as quickly as they possibly can. Looks like they will kick it on the touch. Beautiful kick as it is. Kicked on the touch. Great job from U23 as they inch closer and closer and closer towards the try line. Midwest is now facing a little bit more danger again as they're getting pushed back into their little danger zone. And the try line, U23 trying to come out with a bang to start off the second half strong and try to get the momentum again. Nice throw in from U23 as a quick spin out. Couple of fakes, but unfortunately, penalty called against U23. So it'll be Midwest possession.
Michael. I'll do the balls on the side.
Midwest putting in for the scrum. Again, Midwest in the danger zone, but we've seen time and time again them get out of it. It's just a matter of what U23 team can do to capitalize defensively. Ref wanting to reset the scrum again. Safety is number one priority, especially in these scrums. We do not want to have any neck injuries as we are resetting for the scrum.
We can start earlier, but we just would be out here like 7:15.
Yeah, we don't want to.
I know, right? That's just horrible. We start that. We'll figure it out. You know, for the rest of the room, it's all 4 games. If you don't have a kid every other week.
Quick put in by Midwest. As there's a quick pick and go for their number 8. Strong push. Sketchy offload, but was able to maintain possession. Great ruck. A lot of loose rucks that we're seeing. And the kick goes on a touch.
One more whistle. One more whistle.
As this will be Pacific's throw-in for their line out. Again, still inside the Midwest territory, so U23 does have a chance.
You can stay here, though. You can stay here.
Yeah.
Hang out with this guy.
Pressure for U23, but they're able to manage to get out. Unfortunately, intercepted by Midwest as they tackle through. She is now man on, but taken down by their number 9, Sydney Copeland. Penalty called on U23, not rolling away. Quick pick and go from Midwest as they are yet again brought down again, as they are now inching closer towards their try line on the opposite side of the field. U23 team fighting super hard.
Number 8 diving over for the try.
Oh no, it's a penalty. They call penalty. Yeah. Penalty called. Subs are being put in. From U23, looks like number 23, we do not have a name for them from Midwest. We have Stephanie Stanton, McKenzie, Cowdermans, and Phoebe, 21, 22, and 23 respectively, joining in for fresh legs for Midwest. Looks like Midwest is elected to do a scrum for the last penalty that was assessed. Now U23 in their danger zone. Midwest, let's see what they can do, as they have done a lot of power plays when they're close to their try line, and we've seen multiple time and time after again U23 holding that defensive line, tremendously preventing Midwest from scoring. Quick takedown from U23. Again, defensively, they are very strong as they are fighting to keep Midwest as far away as possible from that try line.
Probably this guy. Oh, okay.
Midwest struggling to push through. U23 holding the line as stiff as possible. However, Midwest was able to cross the try line just barely, giving them the extra 5 points.
Trainer on!
Looks like number 21,
Stop.
Stephanie Stanton, fresh onto the touch with the score. That now brings their score 34-7
Do you want it?
as we're setting up for the kick.
So cancel trainer? Yes. Who scored that?
Midwest setting up for their kick.
Rush. They want them right away.
Conversion no good. The score will remain 34-7 Midwest.
That was no good, right?
No good.
You'd think they would do it this cool.
Huh?
You'd think they would do it this cool.
Estrello or whatever that new one is.
Part-time minimum wage. How do you feel about it?
Blah, 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 blah. It's like 112 messages in my mouth.
U23 sending out the kickoff towards Midwest. Again, we've seen a strong defensive line. Unfortunately, Midwest was able to plow through and score that last try right there. Number 21, Stephanie Stanton, fresh on the pitch. Again, fresh legs. As she scored that last try. Nice catch from Midwest as they're pushing through. Defensive line lines up pretty quickly. U23 fighting to post the ball, but unfortunately Midwest is right there to stop them. Midwest pushing through, slowing down the pace just a bit, not rushing. Nice grubber kick to throw them off, but recovered by Midwest. Great effort right there.
It's like everybody's doing a lot. He doesn't.
The advantage. Ooh, great tackle and bring down on Midwest. Picked off.
It's 12.
For 12.
No. Abby Daughtry on that big tackle.
Oh, yeah. Abby with that last tackle right there. Midwest utilizing their force to try to push through the gain line as much as possible. Unfortunate hands, but picked off by U23. Let's see what they can do. Offensively, as Midwest is setting up defensively, they're applying as much pressure as possible. U23 pushing through their number 1, T. Topa. Nice kick, giving them some breathing room as the ball rolls on to touch. Great effort by U23, giving themselves some breathing room.
Trainer! Can we get him now? Go ahead. 18, 19, 23, go!
Tape on her finger.
Taylor!
14 off.
Midwest. So it looks like we do have a couple of sub-ins. Looks like number 18, Jamelia Reed will be coming in. Number 19, Kaylee Vita is coming in. And then
Phoebe Cottle.
looks like Phoebe Cottle will also be joining in. I guess I missed her last bit. Great recovery from U23 as they push through the holes. Able to break game line right there. Fortunately, a knock-on was called, killing the momentum right there. It will be a scrum for Midwest. Again, we're seeing a lot of great things, positive things from both U23 and Midwest too. Both offensively and defensively, we're seeing both sides. We've only had one try scored this half. Thus far, we're entering the 14th minute of this match. Or excuse me, second half, I'm sorry. Ref resets the scrum. Again, no head trauma, no neck trauma. We do not need those happening here at this all-star match as we are resetting for a Midwest scrum. Nice tight scrum. U23 pushing hard. Strong scrum from U23. But possession was still maintained by Midwest. U23 dragging them back. Fantastic effort defensively. Midwest able to retain. Let's see if they can gain some more meters after that big carry back from the U23 team. Midwest barely breaking gain line as they're setting up multiple times. Let's see what they can do as they swing the ball all the way to the outside. Breaking gain line as the chase is on. Will they be captured? Looks like yes, they will be. Brought down by number 9, Sydney Copeland. Great effort there. Midwest spinning out again as they taking it in. Number 16, Peyton with the carry right there, but brought down. Midwest struggling to get the ball out, but they're able to get the ball out wide. Lost ball, but retained. It was a knock-on that was called. Great effort by U23 applying that defensive pressure right there for U23.
Big run was 23.
Looks like Phoebe Caudle right there from Midwest. That last bit before the knock-on occurred. Looks like an early push was called. Ref wanting to reset the scrum. And obviously giving her warnings off the bat. Scrum has started as Sydney puts in. Quick kick from U23. Nice kick as the ball goes on a touch just past the 50-meter mark. Excellent job by the U23 team as they push through, as they are setting up. It'll be thrown in by Peyton Wooler from Midwest. Making sure all numbers are even for the line out. Nice effort from Midwest as they retain possession. Quick spin out right there as they carry through. U23 able to capture her. Quick underslide from Midwest as they continue to break the gain lines for the U23 team. Quick ball out as they're spinning quite quickly for Midwest. Unfortunately, there was a knock-on that occurred. Unfortunate hands right there from Midwest. We know it's a little bit cold, but again, Rugby Essentials is very, very important, especially during this match between these two teams. You do have some high-level players on both sides. Individual effort is immaculate, but they must be able to read each other and make sure they talk to each other on the field in order to maintain possession on both sides. Yet another U23 scrum. Ref making sure that everybody's accounted for. First clean scrum of this half. Strong scrum from U23. Fantastic job there as the ball is spun out to the back line. Nice loop, but takedown. Still recovered from U23. Again, quick hands as they realize where the pressure is. They are in the middle of the field. U23 team, unfortunately, possession was overturned. Midwest now has the ball as they recovered. Quick spin onto number 17, Gabriella Ellis. Was passed on a touch. A bit tight space on the edge right there, but great effort from Midwest as they were able to push through. So looks like we do have a player down for U23. Trainers are checking her out right now. It will be a U23 line out right there as teams take the time to regroup a little bit while they assess the injured player, number 3, Teacher Pedro from the U23 team. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're currently in the 20-minute mark, so we're officially entering the second half of the match. Again, we're seeing strong efforts from both teams, both defensively and offensively. It's just a matter of them communicating together and working together to make decent plays on both sides. Ref calling a line out. It will be U23's line out right here. Number 2, Caitlin Zegler throwing in. Quick bump from U23 from the line out. Quick spin. Quick diving, nice offloads. The field coverage is very amazing from U23 as they're progressing closer towards the 50-meter mark. As they push out, but caught by Midwest. Looks like a penalty was called against U23.
Tomorrow there is no breaks though. Tomorrow's like bam, done, next bam.
Looks like as they're setting up for either a quick tap or a quick kick, or free kick, excuse me. Quick is still on the field. It's U23 fighting to get themselves some breathing room. Knock-on was called. Fortunate hands from Midwest. U23 still hanging in there and fighting defensively. Was able to maintain possession of the ball. U23 putting in for the scrum. Strong scrum again from U23. Looking for the ball. Nice kick. Allows them to give them some breathing room. Midwest running it straight through as they are setting up offensively, fending off the defensive players of U23. Quick hands from Midwest as they're plowing through again, trying to utilize their forwards to push through the game line right there as they're shifting. Tend to fake. So pushing through number 10.
Tracy's saying it says first.
Yes, still says first. Quick kick yet again and be on the touch yet again.
Yeah, it says first.
Again, pressure being applied by Midwest as U23 is continuing to fight through. It's like Kennedy Clark will be throwing in for the line out as they are setting up. Pacific Northwest is able to win the line out right there, regaining possession after the throw-in. Number 2, Kaylin Zegler with the steal. Midwest able to retain possession themselves as they're brought down yet again. These pick and goes as they are inching closer and closer towards the try line. U23 trying to maintain that defensive line right there, preventing those forwards to pass through. Midwest shifting all the way out to their back lines if they can. Unable to release the ball, had no choice but to take it in. Ball being passed out, faked but brought down by U23, holding on as Midwest tries again. She tried to utilize those forwards.
We all want the same goal.
Not much paw work being used that we've seen throughout the day. Again, shifting all the way to that back line. Hitting the hole. Open space. Try.
20.
Number 20, Midwest. Looks like that's Catherine Ferrillo of Detroit. Getting that last try right there. Fighting tremendously. Breaking through. Causing an overload against the U23 team.
Who scored that?
I mean, the good thing is the series not 20. 12, right? Or was it 20? 20. 2-0.
Midwest setting for a wide angled conversion right here. Conversion is no good. The new score will be Midwest 39, Pacific Northwest 23s, U23s 7.
Zuzu, are you okay? Zuzu. Good, okay.
One thing that we are seeing from Midwest is those quick spin outs from those rucks and beating the defensive line on the edges. I think that's what definitely did it, especially that last try that was made. Initially, they were using those fours to try to push through those lines, but U23 was not giving up. So it's just a matter of beating them on the outside, which eventually allowed Midwest to score that last bit. Low kick from U23 to Midwest, as Midwest was still able to maintain possession of the ball. Utilizing their forwards, almost lost possession of the ball, but was able to bring it back for the ruck. Quick spin outs, breaking the game line. Still running. Looks like I believe it's number 22, Mackenzie Cardamone with the carry. Fantastic run right there. Not only avoiding a tackle, but also hitting a hole for those meters being gained, putting Midwest in a better advantage. Again, applying more pressure against the U23 team. Breakdown occurred as they're utilizing the forwards. Fortunately, a knock-on was called. U23 in their danger zone. Let's see what they can do to give them some breathing room from the scrum. One thing that we have seen throughout this match is strong scrums from the U23 team. So for those of y'all who are watching and supporting U23, make sure you give them kudos when they come back home, because they are very strong, especially for a competitive team out here for the All-Stars tournament. Strong scrum, quick put in. Looks like very stagnant, as we would like to see. Great boot from the U23 team, allowing them to have some breathing room as it's being rushed in. Pushed out. Number 20, unfortunate hands, but able to retain possession. Hitting holes, unable to brought down just quite yet, still on her feet. Finally brought down. Great carry from Catherine, who scored the last try. Utilizing the force, pushing through the gain line, finally being brought down by the U23 team. Midwest doing their part to shift down towards the back line, but carries. Fortunately, pressure being applied by U23. U23 trying to prevent them from getting any more meters, as they are keeping the line strong. Looks like another knock-on was called. Oh, nice. Setting up for another scrum. Strong scrum again. Front of U23. Strong carry from Midwest as they push through. Strong carry yet again from number 20, Catherine. Strong carry from number 22, Mackenzie Cardamone. Great carries from Midwest as they continue again using their forwards. U23 is continuing to fight to keep that defensive line, but Midwest keeps plowing through. Again, pressure being applied from Midwest. See if they can score yet another try as we're entering the last 10 minutes of the game. Looks like tries awarded for Midwest yet again. Great effort from their forwards.
Number 16.
Looks like number 16, Peyton from Midwest.
Tell her to run her clock, she will if you tell her. I think she was doing it. She's not, yeah, she will. Yeah. She's driving. Go!
Midwest setting up for a short angle kick.
Oh, smart. I don't think Tracy was like, can we put a clock on? I was like, no. You know how much pain one phase and to start. You have to deal with it.
Conversion good for Midwest. That will now bring our score up 46-7. Midwest 2. Again, as the clock is going on, we're now entering the 33rd minute. 73rd minute of the match. 33rd minute of the second half. As U23 is prepping to kick towards Midwest.
Right here. I agree. We can just like cluster. It's not a danger, right?
Nice kick from U23 onto Midwest. Great catch.
It's gonna be like this tomorrow.
Nice tackle from the number 10, Madison Ray. U23 recovers the ball. Great effort offensively, but successfully poached from Midwest. As she now pushes through, unable to bring her down. She keeps crawling through. Great effort from Midwest. Quick pick and go from Midwest as they continue down the line. U23 fighting to keep that defensive line on point. Poach unsuccessful. Midwest continues to maintain possession of the ball. Again, these forwards are pushing through and plowing through the U23 line as they are continuing to try to maintain that defensive line. Now at the 50-meter mark right now. Unfortunate hands as pressure is being applied, but able to dodge the tackle. Midwest going through. Looks like number 21, Stephanie Stanton with the carry.
10:45, yeah.
Fortunately, ball was lost. It was knocked on, or excuse me, reached in to the ruck. It'll be a penalty against U23. Looks like ref is having a word with a couple of U23 girls.
Do that again. Push her over there in the corner of the pitch. Is what that looked like to me.
Time is back on. Midwest setting up. Short kick right there, but it's going to touch.
And they know the game.
Midwest setting up for the line out right here. Again, they are inching closer and closer and closer toward their try line to score yet again. U23 is doing what they can to get out of their danger zone and see if they can get themselves some breathing room. Kennedy throws in, but the lineout's won by U23. Let's see what they can do. Great carry for number 1, T. Topa. As it's being shifted out towards the black line. Great boot from U23, but the carry by Phoebe, as she runs in. Brought down Midwest. Slowing down the pace just a bit. Ball is loose. It was a knock on. As we're setting up for a scrum, will be a U23 scrum. Teams are setting up. Quick put in from U23 for the scrum. Strong scrum yet again from U23 as they shift the ball. Nice kick, but retained by number 20, Catherine. Yet again for the carry, beating him on the outside. Quick pick and go. Almost towards on the touch, but was able to be pulled back in. Looks like possession recovered by number 17, Gabrielle Ellis of Midwest, as they're continuing to push through. The forwards are making tremendous plays as U23 is holding on to the defensive line as much as possible to keep them from gaining any more meters, but U23 continues to utilize their forwards to pressure through their gain lines. Unfortunate offload. Ball game is a little bit frantic. Midwest was able to retain possession at this point. The ball carries through. Looks like it will be another try. Ball almost lost but retained. It will be another try for Midwest.
She just said this is going to be it. So
Okay, good.
I think that's what
She just said that's going to be time.
New score will be 51-7. 51 Midwest. Pacific East 23 7. Conversion kick is good. The new score will be 53-7. Full time, 53 for Midwest, 7 for U23 Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our tournament for the Mary Graham for the first day. Please tune back tomorrow for our consolation matches for both Tier 1 and Tier 2, as we will have a full day of events just for you. Thank you.